about to be soon next morning, so I should actually go to bed. But I really want to do this. Right? Now I'm recording on my phone, and that means that we're doing a series that is I don't know if it's been forgotten or no one cares about it or no one looked at the playlist, but there is a playlist called My Personal Opinion. Why? Because my personal opinion no, universally works. My personal opinion. But in other words, the reason why I haven't done my personal opinion in quite some time is because my personal opinion has been about my life stuff, and honestly, with everything that's gone on, I feel like I should do more. And the fact that I haven't had anything, because I've talked about pretty much everything I've done in my life at this point, that I could have done from the past, and so present, but honestly, I may do this maybe every Friday. Who knows? Well, probably not. Either way, but yeah, this one is second chances. It's about second chances, and we may even get to some things that I have my own personal opinion on. In something that's happened in the world that still bothers me to this day. Or currently bothers me now, or did bother me. Either way, yeah, we may do more of these, and honestly, I have been really wanting to do them. So, so yeah. But everyone, don't worry. This is not the final video. I'm actually gonna save this until I get two gaming videos up, because I want this to be like in between like an artwork video, and I want this to be in between from an artwork video all the way from this. So you guys will be seeing this after seeing an artwork video, seeing this video. And these will not be coming out as much because I would have to figure out what I want to talk about and whatever. Okay? Now you guys know? Let's talk about it. And honestly, I've been wanting to talk about this because over a little issue I had with one of my exes. Yes. And obviously, I don't call names, I don't say names, I don't do any of that. But I did give an ex a second chance in a relationship, and she cheated on me again. Yeah. Either way, that's not what I'm talking about. We get to a wider branch of stuff when it comes to second chances. That means we don't talk about second chances in the scope of, relationships. We're talking about everything that involves a second chance. Family members, friends, relationships, what else? Businesses. I have zero opinions on that because, like, I have small that are just, like, basically, like, common sense stuff. But, yeah. We're first gonna go into relationships because that's the one that I have done. Okay? What I gave. Second chances in a relationship, if you did something wrong and you ask for a second chance, and for some odd reason that person gives you a second chance, understand this. That doesn't mean you can do your same shit. If you know you can't stop cheating or doing whatever you did to cause the breakup and you ask for a second chance, don't ask for a second chance. That's just the straight up point. Don't ask for a second chance. If you can't actually be loyal, faithful. Okay? In a relationship, you need to be loyal, faithful, and honest. And honest is kind of a little like, yeah, because you don't have to be so honest to the point that you gotta tell him something that's gonna hurt his feelings. Like, you can be like, you can tell him, like, oh, like, say something small, like, I'm trying to think of something for me. Say I'm looking at a pair of pants, right? Now, these pants are pants I have never worn. I have never thought about wearing these. I've never thought about wearing pants like these. And I asked my significant other, hey, what do you think these pants look like? Burp. But, what do you think these pants look like on me? And then I want your true honesty. Okay? I probably should have said something like artwork, because artwork, I do want true honesty. everyone, if you guys see my artworks, you see my videos, please comment, because your honesty and how you guys feel about the artwork is the thing that drives the artwork and drives the next piece of artwork I do, taking that message and being better. Saying that, again, it's called I think it's like called emotional criticism, where you guys comment on what I'm saying. You guys give me like tips on what you guys say, like, oh yeah, you should have done this a little bit or whatever. Not just like straight up insults, or just being like, this is ass. Or a comment that I still remember today, that happened years and years ago, where a guy said like, you're talking all this, I could do better, and I never even commented to the guy, but but a person saw that video like a few weeks later and said like, who asked you? I was like, yeah. Oh my god, I love that one. That guy was the bomb. I love when people, because I have not gotten disrespected more than like 2 times on my TikTok channel, and on TikTok, when those 2 times happened, I never responded, but someone else did. So yeah, I'm not saying I count on you guys to fight my battles. I can fight my own battles, but like, not going into a battle and just like giving them common sense and just being like, who asked you? I just feel like because it's like, yeah, who like, yeah, like, okay, good for you. I'm glad that you are a better artist than me. There's probably there's actually most definitely millions and millions and millions of people who are better artists than me, especially on YouTube. I am not saying I'm the best. I am not the best artist. I am not close. I still need to do better. I still think I can evolve and get better. Like, even actually, no artist is better than the other, because we all have something we need to work on. So surprisingly to all of you, okay, I'm blowing your mind with this. Every artist is good, but they're not the best, because there's no such thing as the best artist. There's always going to be an artwork that trumps yours and trumps that person. There's never going to be one artwork piece that says, ah, yes, that is the best right there. The only thing I can say that would be the clearest version of it would be something like the Mona Lisa, or something that was made by a very dead artist that is not around anymore. But those things are not really... Those are famous because other people have told them that they're famous and they're like really cool. And other people like it, but not everybody likes it. I have seen pictures of the Mona Lisa. I have sit here being like, what's the big deal here? So yes, not everyone thinks the Mona Lisa is a good artwork piece, or not a good artwork piece, but not everyone cares about the Mona Lisa. But because it's famous and it's popular, everyone is going to be saying, well, not everybody, but everyone who thinks they can, who vocalize their opinion so hardly, they're going to be like, the Mona Lisa is the best art piece of all history. No, it's not, because there are other dead artists that have made amazing art pieces. So, in other words, cool your jets. We're all different in some ways. But yeah, so like I was saying before, if you can't be loyal, can't be faithful, don't get in the relationship. Don't ask for a second chance if you can't actually commit to the second chance. Understand this. A second chance means that I give that second chance to you, but you're the one who has to prove to me for probably a long time now that you have earned this second chance. Because one way or another, if you're the one the wrong, then yeah. But also, I'm not going to say that someone should just, if someone does ask for a second chance and apologizes and you were in the wrong and not the other person, you should be saying, no, I was the one in the wrong. I'm the one who did this. I am so sorry. I am, like, you do not have to apologize. I am surprised that you even want to get back together with me after the shit I pulled. Understand this. Take accountability for your actions. Okay? There are good things and there's bad things, okay? And the more you do these bad things and you want to act oblivious to it, trust me, I hate them. I am actually friends with a lot of people who hate people like that. because we do not do the whole, oh, I'm not going to take accountability for my actions. I'm just going to blame that person for my actions. We don't do that. My friends don't do that. My friends are like my family, so. Okay. But we're pretty much done with that conversation. It was just that little piece. I don't, like, if you guys have anything else you want to say about that topic or any of the topics that I bring up today, please comment down below on the, on the video. Please comment down. Now, saying that, now we're going to get to friend second chances. Friend second chances, I feel like they're way more bigger than relationship second chances. And why? Because a friendship is probably one of the biggest things you can have. Having a best friend is like having someone who's there for you all the time. My brother's there for me. I call him, we are not related by blood. He's not been adopted. We're not like, no. It's just that we're pretty much like brothers. We act like brothers. And so because we act like brothers, I see him as my older brother. Now, saying that, because of that, I don't do anything that could break our friendship or break our trust. And that's the thing. Even though you feel like you can do whatever you want, be mindful by the fact that you can still lose this friendship if you do some dumbass shit. So you should really just consider and be like, should I do this? And like, if you really think it's wrong, then you probably shouldn't do it. Just saying. But yeah, other than that, there's a lot of ways you can break a friendship by doing some shit. One of the things I can say is being petty. If you are being petty over something that is small and minuscule, then yeah, I would never be friends with that person. I would never be friends with someone who can be so little, be so petty on something small that was an accident. Like, if you were so upset over something that's an accident, I don't want to be your friend. Actually, something happened on VR chat recently. I'm not going to talk about all of it because it is probably not for YouTube, but I will get to the part that will make you guys understand. So there's a guy who I had added for a very long period of time. I joined him one time. I was like, "Hey, how you doing? How you doing, friend?" And he was like, "I am not your friend." I was like, "What the fuck? What did I do? I don't even remember you." And he had a giant problem with me because of something I said a long time ago, where he was just upset, and he was like, he can vividly remember that I said something in this accountability. But what he cannot remember is what the subject was about. When someone put on a skin, then I remembered what the conversation was about. And it was stupid. And the fact that he held it for so many years, I didn't even remember the dude. And when I was talking to this person, like, nah. He said some fucked up shit, and I told him to stop, but he didn't want to stop. He was saying some fucked up shit, and I wanted to say this right now. Anyone who is like that, don't get on VR chat. I fucking mean it. Do not get on VR chat. Understand this. I will say the level it was. The level was minuscule to VR chat. I have heard someone say the most out-of-pocket things in VR chat. My friends have heard it. VR chat is like Rec Room for adults. Right. And this reason why I slightly don't like it when kids get on VR chat, because yes, technically it's for kids, but also more adults get on VR chat than Rec Room. So if you're like that, you need to get on Rec Room. Okay, they are two different things. I get it. One of them is like a little bit more better with skins and a lot more adventures and stuff. But if you can take something that is small to VR chat, that someone has said way worse things, and I have heard worse. And by the way, if you guys want to know, it was about a fictional character. It was one of the Five Nights at Freddy characters. I can't remember her name, but it's the one that's red and white, has like the red hair, and she kind of looks like a... I don't know how to describe her, but you guys probably know what I'm talking about. Future me, put a picture up for people to know who I'm talking about. So yeah, and that dude was like, "Oh, I was gonna block you, but I kind of just forgot about your existence." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "I'm just gonna leave," and then I blocked him. I blocked him, unblocked him, and just for that I can remove him because I didn't know how else to remove someone. No, I think I kept him blocked actually. And my God, that was like petty. And that was a person who I probably thought was my friend for like till I forgot his existence. But you gotta think about it. I haven't talked to him for years. It was years. And he even said it. Because apparently this happened like 2 or 3 years ago. He hold this for 2 or 3 years. Do you guys understand that? To my mind, I'm thinking here that he just woke up mad at me. I was like the main thing in his brain. I was the main thing coming into his thought process. I was the main thing in there. It was just me, and that's it. Like, I hate that dude so much. Have you talked to that dude? And like, no, I haven't talked to him since like 2 or 3 years ago. I was like, and you're still mad? Like, guys, I'm being serious. Pettiness is the quickest way to lose a friend. And if you're friends with other petty people, understand this. The energy that you give to the world, the world gives back to you. So that means the energy that you are and that you give, the people who are going to tolerate your ass are the same people who are going to come to you and you're going to call them your friends. If you do not like the way they are acting, I would advise you to look in the mirror real quick. Because you said yes to them being friends, and you are the one still sticking around. I'm not saying you have to change who you are, you can do whatever you want. But, again, it's just pros and cons here. You be a dick, you're friends with dicks. You're an asshole, you're friends with assholes. Sometimes you can accidentally be friends with an asshole, because assholes are just very easy to they manipulate people easily, and they make them think that they're so nice and kind and friendly. I am definitely a victim to it as well for a few occasions. But yeah, honestly, like I said, you like it is just it is just like, don't be petty. Also, don't be disrespectful. You can lose friends by being disrespectful. It's okay if you're joking, but again, there's like limits. And I think everyone knows what limits you're allowed to go for your friends. For instance, I'm allowed to call Marcus a bitch. I'm allowed to call him a bitch. Another word, a gorilla. He does not care. He calls me a monkey, for Pete's sake. Because that's our level of our friendship. Do you think I'd talk to anyone else like that? No. Well, I do say fuck you to Gosha, but that's also in a friendly way. Gosha is the only one I say fuck you to, so is Marcus. Marcus is a little bit more than that. So, in other words, you understand the level you have with your friends. It's okay with the level that it is. You don't have to change it. There's nothing wrong with a certain level that you're not able to reach. But if you are not able to be you, then that's a problem. Because if you're not able to be you and just be like your normal self, you have to be this completely fake person because everything about you they don't like. Stop talking to them. Stop hanging out with them. Block them. Move them. It doesn't matter. Stop it. Come on, guys. We can't do this. We can't do this shit. Mucus. I think that's all I can talk about in Friends. At least that I can think of. Now, let's just get to this one. And the biggest trust thing here, and because we went to Friends, we're going to go to Family. Family that I know a lot about. I think I've made this comment a few times, and I think it's in that playlist as well. Acting like you're a god as a parent. You're not a parent. I mean, you're not a god. Okay? I actually, for the last few days, I've actually got to meet someone who's really sweet and nice, and we have the same values when it comes to parenting. Is that you don't get to act like you're a god. You don't get to act like you because you brought them into this world, you get to do this, you get to do that, you get to treat them like crap, you get to step on them, you get to call them garbage. You don't get to do this shit. and one of the things that me and this person has talked about before is this is Jesus is parents saying something like, I put a roof over your head, I give you clothes, and I feed you. That's the bare minimum. Because if you didn't, you would be arrested for, I think it's called child endangerment. So in other words, you make it seem like it's a choice. You do have a choice not to have a kid because you couldn't put them up for adoption. That is your choice. Putting them up for adoption. You don't have a choice to not put clothes on them, feed them, or anything. You're talking about them being teenagers or, well, still you gotta take care of them. You're talking about them being full-grown adults. Like, full-grown adults, you're not gonna go to jail for it, but still. Like, understand this, if you just think, oh, he's an adult, I'm gonna say, fuck you. And I'm gonna make your life shit. No. Number two, and this is just something for me and also my friend, putting your hands on your kids. It is what I like to call legal child abuse. The reason why I say legal child abuse, because in America, I'm saying America because I don't know what the law is for other countries. In its states, any parents who take this out of context and decide to use it, understand this, there's a place in hell for you. You can't, no. You can beat your kids as long as you don't leave a mark. Again, you can beat your kids as long as you don't leave a mark. That's what it says in law. And I'm pretty sure every parent knows this. And yeah, that doesn't give you the okay. Also, another thing, that's a pet peeve. When you talk about it, and then the parent says it's not child abuse, it's disciplined. There is over, 555,000 ways to discipline your kid without beating them. And for anyone who says, oh, but that's how I was raised, that doesn't mean that doesn't mean you had a choice to copy how you were raised. It was a choice. It wasn't like someone had a gun over to your head and be like, you're going to do the same way I raised you. I'm going to shoot you. You had a choice. You chose to do it. You chose to do it, and you chose to tell your friends. Because I'm going to be honest, any person who has beaten their kids, I have heard my mom talk to these people, and all of them they all talk about it like they just saved the world. Like it's like God's wish for them to do it. And it sickens me to my core. It truly does. It truly sickens me to my core. So yeah, but again, and yes, there's a line between second chances with family that usually people don't reach. But it is still there. There's a line. And when you cross it, trust me, it's way more harder for you to get back. Because you have a title as a family member. As a legal, blood-related family member, you have a title to uphold. Okay? Each title is different. Let me tell you how those titles go, okay? Let's do this. Son. Well, let's not just do sons. Kids. Kids. Live. Makes mistakes. Learn it. Learn what you did wrong. And try to be better. And also, have fun. What is honestly something you should do, some points of your life. You shouldn't always just be so busy, work, have zero fun. That's not a thing. So yeah, but number 2, and that is the title of mom. Mom, defender of kid, watch over kid, protect kid, Make sure that he has someone to talk to, even if it has to be me, and make sure that I am there for him. I watch over him. And I make sure that he is better and he's clear, and I can help him in the best way that I can to prepare him for the world out there. There is nothing in there that says you got to beat your kids. I'm just going to say that right now. Father, it's literally the same title, and it's the same stuff for the mom. Then we have sister. Okay? Right? Sister, bicker, argue, but try to understand from your brother's point of view or other sibling point of view, and try to show comfort and respect, and try to even have an open mind of what he is saying. And again, always being there for him. Every single family member title, in the end, it's always be there for them. Grandma, simply just be sweet and nice. Just be sweet and nice, and be the person to give him the firm hand. I mean that metaphorically. Firm hand in the correction of helping him. Again, metaphorically. I'm saying that metaphorically. And other things like aunties and other things, those are all the similar titles. All similar titles, all run in the same way, all run in the same category. Those are all the titles. And by the way, that is just reality. That's not my side, that's not how I view it. That's literally how it is. Anyone, you can ask anyone how they see a title for a family. Like an actual title. Yes, it may be tiny bit different, but in the day it will always end in the same way. Now, saying that, there are situations that would leave for a parent, and I would agree. I just don't like it when beating your kids is the first option on the table when they're being bad. Especially when it's something small and ridiculous, and you could have just talked to them or communicate with them. End of the day, the reason why there's bullies is because they get beaten. They get hurt inside their house, and they feel like they have nobody. They have nobody to watch them. They have no one to take care of them. They don't feel like they are anything because they don't feel like no one gives two shits about them. That is true. Why? And how do I know that? Because I was once a bully. I would bully this tall boy, right? I did it because it made me feel strong, because when I went home, I felt weak. I felt weak and pathetic, to the point I had to bully him. I was bullying other people too. Do I hate that I did that? Yes, of course I do. But in the end of the day, I learned that, yeah, a bully doesn't just bully to bully. A bully has a reason, but he always has guards. So he has his guard up to his heart, and he will never share those emotions because he's too scared of the backlash that can happen in his house or anyone else, because he or she has only known the backlash of opening your heart up. That's something I also dealt with till I made some good friends, and now I'm actually way more comfortable. Like, back when I was 14, I can never say I was comfortable talking about this stuff like this. I would never even make a video about this or even think about it. And because I've met Marcus, Katie, Gosha, all of these friends of mine, and also another new person, Angie, and not really Juice. I haven't had any strong communication with him to say he's influenced me in some ways. I have had the ability to open my feelings and open my heart out and tell people how I feel, how I truly feel inside. I don't feel like I have to put the guard up anymore. Sometimes I do it. It's like a similar dark thing that happens every once in a while, where I get really dark and I just feel very coast guarded and I want to guard my heart. I get over it, but it happens every once in a while. So yeah, I don't think there's any other titles that would require for second chances. I said businesses, but businesses, when it comes to second chances, is more you did something fucked up, and even though I'm still letting you keep your job, this is your second chance. Do not fuck it up. That's basically what that is. And that's when you're walking on stilts. You're walking on stilts, and you're just having problems. It's kind of the reason why when I was doing part-time jobs and stuff, I always keep my head down, lower tone voice, and mind my own business, do what I'm supposed to do. It's the best way to avoid issues. Yes, making friends is kind of an important thing, but it's not the main focus. I don't care if I make friends or not. Someone comes up and talk to me, I'll talk to them, but other than that, no. Is there anything that requires second chances? We already talked about friendship, and that also led into trust. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else. If you guys have any other things you guys want to put into emotional things, again, type it down in the comments, okay? Because again, these videos are to help anyone. Anyone who needs it, anyone who wants to hear it. That's the reason why I always made this stuff. And honestly, because I really miss doing this, we may actually talk about some things like obscured and doesn't really matter, but it does, like, it has strong like phrasing and emotional to it at the same time. So yeah, I'm actually kind of glad I talked about this. This was kind of fun. How deep and serious it got, and I don't think people are usually, because they see me like goofing off and stuff. But yeah, guys, don't worry. There's other gaming videos. There are going to be other recordings and other things. I do need to get on VR and record a few games for well, I'm gonna record a few games just because I need to, because it's kind of like it's for YouTube, pretty much. So yeah, hope you guys really enjoyed this. See you guys later. Past me will be telling you this, but in case you guys can't hear it over the thunder and lightning, like, comment, subscribe, and share the video if you think it could help somebody. I've been seeing that poking out. I need to rub it. It's like, I see you. But yeah, if you think someone like who needs emotional help, they don't know what to say, and they're asking you for help, and you don't know what to say, I don't know, bring them to this video if it actually helps. Again, these videos are just meant to help someone in case you're dealing with some. That's the reason why all these are titled in a different way. And so, with other words, see you guys later. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. Okay? Share the video. Past me is about to say it too, so, see you guys later. Hey guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, and shut the bell notifications on, and share with your friends if you did like it. See you guys later.